Good morning, friends. It's just 7 o'clock Saturday morning, and welcome to me, first thing in the morning. Sleepy eyes and all still. This is first cup of coffee, but I have a really busy day today out in the garden, and I need to get this chore done this morning. And I said I would bring you guys, my seed starting update every 2 weeks. And I'm like, if I wait 2 weeks, they're going to think I went out and bought something to replace my seed starts. So we need to do a 1 week check-in. So if you're new here, welcome. My name's Rachel. And I've been growing my own food now for 4 or 5 years. And this is my first venture into starting my own seeds for things that I would typically go to a nursery and buy. So peppers, tomatoes, some herbs. I've got basil started. I think that's it. Oh, and brassicas, broccoli and cabbage. So we're watching these after last week. And if you didn't catch that video, let me remind you what I did. So I had really some sad, struggling starts. I don't know if they were sad, but I guess based on feedback, they maybe weren't as far along as what others would have chosen at a stage to pot up. But I could tell that if I don't do this now, they're gonna run out of help. So I took my just seed starting mix. I mixed in 1 part to 3 parts worm castings to seed starting mix. And then when I took out my seedlings, I pricked them knocked off some of the soil. So they were pretty much bare roots. Some of them had a little bit of soil still on them. And I rolled those roots in mycorrhizae fungi and then transplanted them and transplanted them quite deeply. So the tomatoes were all the way down to just the leaves almost sitting on the soil. And same with the peppers, pretty much. Let me show you. Look at this guy. That's really exciting. I am getting some purpling on the leaves underneath. And pepper. Look at him. Just absolutely great. That's just 5 or 7 days. And I think I took a lot of your guys' advice on watering, and I think I just watered them once when they were planted and once from underneath in that 5 days. So they're pretty light, pretty light. Still probably pretty moist, but not a heavy, wet condition. So today's going to be their first proper feeding. I have just fish fertilizer, and I have taken 2 tablespoons to a half gallon, and we are going to pour that in these containers. Oh, I'll tell you that in a minute. Not the most pleasant smell first thing in the morning, let me tell you, definitely not, but that's okay. I think I'm going to take 2 of these out so I can pour it in here. Probably do a quart in each and just let the plants soak up what they can while they're sitting here. Do the same with the tomatoes. All right, I need to mix up a little bit more for these. Let me tell you about these. So after I posted last week's updates where I was transplanting them, let me find a good example. I guess there's a couple examples because some are doing really well and some are not. I have 3 cells and I only transplanted in 2 of them. I missed the middle one. And some sweet subscribers said, any reason you didn't plant in the middle cell? That was 2 days after I had done it. And all my seed starting trays were kind of just stacked on top of each other, just waiting to get tossed out to the chickens in the compost. And I went and salvaged, so see in the middle right there, a tiny, tiny baby tomato. But this one, like some of them, so there's a middle one. Hopefully you guys can see him. Some handled the abuse better than others, and the neglect because they were super dry, hadn't been watered, and same with the peppers. And similarly, you know, there's a middle one, teeny tiny. He wasn't too happy about that, but this one little guy, he's coming back okay. So we'll see how they do. And then I took a whole bunch of these, and these will just be giveaways to my family. And I just put like 5. I don't even know if you can see them. 5 absolutely used and abused tomato starts, but like this one, and this one looks a lot better. So they're not near as far along as the ones that weren't abused for sure, but yeah, so the whole intent of this video is just to give you guys a 1 week update, because I think 2 weeks from now, especially after feeding today, they're going to look dramatically different, and I might even be at a situation where I have to pot them up again, because I mean, these roots are super, super strong. I don't know if you guys can see. No, I'm kind of in the way. I do have a fan right here that does blow on them with the lights on. Of course, they're just not on yet because it's just morning time. I just got up. So the stems are really, really getting strong, and I think actually what I'm going to do, because my brassicas, let me grab one of those and show you. Oh, I think this one's going to be definitely hard to see, but I do have lots of little starts, itty bitty seed pop-ups. I think I'm actually going to, once these come up a little bit more, I am going to be letting them grow in the cooler day but warm conditions outside instead of inside, just to start the natural hardening off process. So we're pretty much averaging 50s in the daytime, which brassicas thoroughly enjoy. So probably once it warms up to about those temperatures this morning, I'll go ahead and start moving these outside every day. Okay, but that's it. So thanks for coming to my morning gardening show. And I hope I'm not falsely impressed. To me, this just, it's beautiful. There's already more and more sets of true leaves. You know, some of them probably have 3 to 4 true leaf sets, and I'm just like, I need to do an update. I know a lot of you were super concerned with the way that I handled the plants, the way that I transplanted them bare root style, thought that they would go through some shock. And I would say a day later, probably a full 24 hours after transplanting, I was already seeing growth. So beginner's luck or not, or using just the right tips from others, we'll see how it continues to go. So thanks guys for coming along on my journey. I just felt that there's not many videos out there showing end to end a beginner gardener that looks successful out in the garden, trying something new for the first time and seeing if they can figure it out. So Thanks again. Appreciate you guys. Now I'm gonna go get some more fish emulsion mixed up and feed these guys. Talk to you later.